any of you guys have found Waldo, ask if he's seen my prom date. What's up guys, my name's Lexus Amour David, and I asked you guys on Snapchat and Instagram what you want to see from me, and most of you guys were like, I want to see the story time of you being ditched at prom. I know what you may be thinking. Lexus, you were a delight. Who would be stupid enough to leave you at prom? Let me tell you. So 4 years ago, I went to my senior prom, the one prom I've ever been to in my life, and I was ditched. But since prom was so long ago, I don't cry about it anymore. I'm an adult now. I have healthier ways to deal with my problems. So around the time of prom, I was in a new relationship. I was in this relationship for less than a month. You may be thinking, oh, okay, Lexus, it's not that bad because you were just with some random guy. Au contraire, I was dating my best friend. I was dating my best friend of 2 years, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and he asked me to the senior prom. Why I would start a relationship right before senior year ended? No idea. And thus the story begins. Before I get into all the crap of prom, let me tell you the good part. The good part is, honey, your girl looked good. I looked so good for prom. I dropped 20 pounds. I was in this red dress. I had these extensions. Homie, I spent like 3 hours on my hair. I had like this winged liner. Girl, yo girl looked good. That's the best part of prom. So me and my boyfriend had matching things. I had a red dress, he had a red tie. It was cute. We were with two of my friends. One of my friends' boyfriends was there. We were in like a small group. So you know how the cliche of people who have a crush on their best friend and their excuses, I don't want to be in a relationship with my best friend because it might make things complicated or whatever. We were kind of still in that stage. The relationship was still fairly new to us. When we got to prom and we were dancing, we were all dancing in a circle, and we were kind of like facing each other dancing. And he told me while we were dancing, he said, I feel like you're dancing with your friends and you're not dancing with me. And I said, well, we're all dancing together. What are you talking about? You know, I tried to make him feel more included and whatever without dancing all up on him. I'm not one of those girls who's gonna like twerk on you. I'm not gonna like be grinding on you. This was a high school dance. I'm not about that life. This is not how he wanted to dance. He wanted a girl to drop it low and grind on him and whatever. And so he went and found one. He went and found one. I went to the bathroom, and when I came out of the bathroom, he was on the dance floor with another girl, and they were just way too close for my comfort. Excuse you? I'm at prom. I spent how much money to be at this prom and you're with another girl? It's one thing if you were to ask me, hey Lexus, this is my friend, do you mind if I have this dance with her? That's different. It's another thing if I go to the restroom and I come out and another chick is grinding on you. So I just start watching him from the sidelines, just watching him and this chick dance, and I'm like, all right, well, crap. And so the song switch and our song came on, and he leaves the girl and he comes over to me and he reaches out his hand to dance with me. And then I look at him like, you want to dance with me because it's our song? Really? He offered his hand once to me for our song, and when I declined, he went back to the other girl and danced with her to our song. My best friend of 2 years, I was in love with him, okay? And to know how difficult it was, like all the things that we went through to even get in a relationship, and then just to see, it is prom night. High school's about to end. It's our song playing, and you're dancing with another girl. My heart broke. Like it felt like a movie. Honestly, I was crushed, and I went back to the bathroom and I cried my eyes out. I felt so bad because I was there with other friends. My friends kept trying to pat me and like, oh, you know, it's okay, what do you want us to do, whatever. And I kept saying, no, I'm fine, don't ruin your prom night, like you guys paid to be here. One of my friends had a date, and I was like, none of you guys deserve to have this happen on your prom. I'm so good, go enjoy your night. And so there was this girl in the bathroom, and I'll never forget her. So I'm like bawling, and I'm going in the mirror and I'm trying to like splash water on my face and stuff. I'm trying to completely like refresh and get myself prepared to go back out of the restroom and be surrounded by people. And there was a girl in there doing the exact same thing. Oh my gosh. I don't know what she was going through. I don't know what her story was. Same thing, bawling her eyes out. Her makeup was all smeared, and girl, Her body and her dress were too good to be that upset. And then she comes up to me. She puts her hand on my shoulder and she looks me dead in my eyes and she says, "He is not worth it. You are beautiful. You are strong. And he doesn't deserve you." We didn't only hug in this bathroom, bro. We embraced. I had never seen this chick in my life, never saw her again, but we had this like bonding hug. I can't even explain the feeling that this chick gave me, but that was I felt like she was a godsend because it made me feel like I wasn't alone. Not only am I not alone, but there's someone who understands the way that I feel. And it was beautiful. And then I was able to leave the bathroom. I'm looking around for my friends. One of my friends was with her boyfriend on the dance floor. One of my friends was like with another friend, like staring out the window. I don't know what they were doing, but I was just kind of like to myself. So one of the things at prom, they were doing caricatures, free caricatures. And I was like, okay, I can have my picture drawn. That's something I can do. I don't need anybody else to do. I'll just stand in this line, have my picture drawn, and it'll be great. One of my friends comes and stands in line next to me. He was there with his date and we're kind of just doing the small talk. I'm trying to like not look at him. I knew if he really looked at me, he could tell that I've been crying loads. So I kept avoiding eye contact with him. But I remember, what did he tell me? He told me something like, "Lexus, your smile is too beautiful to let some guy take it away." Something like that. At that point, it was like his kindness on top of my sadness. I was just trying to hold it together, homie. I was trying to hold it together because I was like, I just want to go home and cry. Like, I just want to be by myself, away from people, and just feel my emotions. So I'm standing in line for the caricature and I can like see the dance floor and I'm trying to like spot my boyfriend, and every time he's dancing, girls are grinding on him, he's doing his thing, and I just see it from afar and I'm just disgusted. I'm so mad looking back at it because I really did look beautiful that night and I felt so ugly. I had spent hours, so much money on my dress, on my ticket, to, you know, enjoy this night with my best friends. Instead of me looking at him like, "What's wrong with you?" I reflected on me like, well, what's wrong with me? This was just the topping on my night. They closed the caricature line before I could get my picture drawn. I was almost to the front and they closed it. They said, "Sorry, we're out of time. We can't do any more people, blah, blah, blah." I never even got my freaking picture. So at some points I did try to go in the middle of the dance floor. I did try to dance and outwardly enjoy my night while I was dying on the inside. And there was one point when he was just dancing so much on these girls that he bought me this corsage. I took it off and I threw it into the crowd. And I was just like, screw this guy, you know? And so prom is ending. I'm like trying to like look out, where are my friends? We get on the bus to come back to our high school. And prom was about, I think it was like an hour away from our high school, something like that. So the bus that we took, it was 2 seats on both sides. And so I'm sitting next to some random person. I had went there sitting next to my boyfriend. Now I'm sitting next to some random person. The only place in the bus with a row of multiple seats right next to each other is the way back of the bus. So I'm sitting when my boyfriend gets on the bus and he's with one of the girls he spent most of the night with. So he's with her friends. They walk past me to the back of the bus and he sits with all of them. And I'm trying to not look. I'm trying to not give him eye contact when he comes on the bus. I can't even explain how I felt at that moment. Like that whole night, I felt like I was a glass vase and I'm in the middle of an earthquake and he comes in and he grabs everything that's important to him and he looks at me and he sees that I'm a glass vase and he sees that there's cracks in me and he sees me start to fall. With every quake of the earth, I start to like come closer to the edge on the countertop that I'm on. But instead he just kind of watches me and then he starts to walk away to leave me knowing the outcome but not caring enough to do anything about it. That's kind of like a weird metaphor for how I felt that night. I felt just unimportant. So on the way home, I start to try to fall asleep, just block it out of my head, and I start to freeze. I'm so cold. And I'm trying to like, you know, hold myself. I had this little like red wrap that matched my dress, but it was sheer. It didn't provide any warmth. And then he comes from the back of the bus. I'm sitting a few rows in front of him. He takes off his jacket and he lays it on top of me while I'm sleeping. And I wake up and I look at him and I'm like, I don't want this. You don't get to comfort me when you're the one breaking me. I don't want your jacket. I wanted you. I handed it back to him. He went back to the back of the bus. And then so when we get back to the school, I start heading to my car. Guess who drove us to the school? I did. And so we get to the school. I don't know where my friends went. I think they went out to eat or they went somewhere. I have no idea where they went, but I wasn't up for anything. I just wanted to go home. When we get there, I think the girl invited him to go to like Denny's or something, but he had declined so he could go with me. And I was like, are you coming to me for a ride home? He starts walking towards me while I'm walking to my car, and he starts trying to talk to me. And it's like, you've ignored me this whole night, and now that it's over, you want to talk to me. I cussed him out every which way. I told him about himself, and I proceeded to my car. And so I was like, yeah, you can walk home. Which, walking home, I've walked home from the school before. It takes about 2 hours. And I was like, good luck. So I'm driving away, and I kind of just see his silhouette walking in the dark. There's like no streetlights, and he's in this like rented tux, and I just don't care. I'm like driving away, but I am such a freaking nice person. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. If I tell you that I care about you, if I tell you that I love you, if I tell you that, you know, I'm genuinely your friend, then you can treat me so badly and I will still try to be a good friend to you. And after everything that happened that night, even though he told me that he loved me and he told me that he cared and he told me all these things and he didn't act like it, I meant it when I said it. So it's like, I know better. I know right from wrong. I know what love is, or my definition of love, and I know how you're supposed to act when you're acting towards someone you care about. So I saw his silhouette. I got to a stop sign, and I'm watching him in the mirror, and I just sat there, and I couldn't move. I want to know that he returned safely home. I was not going to leave him walking by himself at 1 o'clock in the morning in pitch black, dressed very nicely. And so, heaven help me, I turned around, I pulled up next to him, and I said nothing but get in. And he had this small little like half smile. And at that point, when I saw his little half smile, the little half smile of she cares about me, I will cut you. No, like it is, don't even think that I will not hurt you, okay? No matter how nice or caring I am. So he's in this car, we're driving in pure silence. And he starts giving me this apology I didn't ask for, I didn't want, I didn't need. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see you. Get out of my car. I couldn't even look at him. I was so disgusted and embarrassed. I didn't even look at him. And one of the things this mofo said to try to make it better, she wanted to kiss me and I didn't kiss her. I thought about it, Lexus, but I didn't. Doesn't that count for anything? I can't even tell you the things I was thinking because this video would get demonetized, all right? But just know, the things I thought and the things that I had said, not good. At one point in his apology, he starts crying. You don't have the right to hurt someone and be the victim. After prom, he ended up writing me like a 4-page apology. Like, he spent the night talking to me. I think he stayed in my car for some obscene amount of time. I think he stayed in my car crying and apologizing for like 2 hours. So, I mean, there you go. That's what happened. You know what, guys? Honestly, truly, I'm really glad that it happened because it's so easy to perceive bad situations as a bad life. But when you think about it, it's the bad things in life that make us grow. The best advice that I can give you from my experience at prom is like, go with people that you trust and go through all the scenarios in your head. If the absolute worst thing happened, the worst scenario, make sure that you are mentally prepared to have a good time. Whether you're by yourself, whether you're with friends, whether you're with a date, make sure that you don't give anybody the power to ruin your night. So that, boys and girls, is the story of how little old me got ditched at prom. Today's shout out goes to Alp 200788. You're really nice. You always write me on Snap and you're just encouraging, so thank you for that. All right, guys, that's today's video. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to turn on the notification bell. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. If I have lipstick in my teeth throughout this whole video, so sorry. So you guys have been, why can't I not say this? Oh my gosh. I knew I was gonna use this birthday present one day. I think that you should definitely